I'm gonna get a boob job. My girls from the itty bitty titty committee will know that those are not our best friends. This is what my therapist had me do, and it honestly changed my life. Now, they look fantastic. So guys, that is the story about my new boobs. I bet that is not what you were expecting. Are we recording? Yeah. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back. I never know how to start these videos because I always feel so exposed because I'm like talking about me, and I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video that I am sharing something very personal in today's video. I'm gonna share my story of my new boobs. I had breast surgery of February this year, 2023. But that is not where the story starts. The story starts like right from like me being probably like 14, just having like a massive insecurity around my breasts based on society, family, friends, boys. So many women, I'm sure, are gonna absolutely relate to this. Just this certain image that the world places on how your body should look. One of like my earliest like conversations around like my boobs was my family saying things like, oh, I don't know what happened to you, like, cause like they're all blessed very generously in that area, whereas I have not so much. And so from about the age of about 14, I wore like, I mean, the thickest padded bra that you could find. I seen this meme one time that was like getting home, taking off your bra after a day of pretending to have tits. Literally my teenage years right through to my mid-20s, like that was my reality. Whenever I was about 19, I was living in Leeds, I was at university, and I decided to go and get a consultation to basically get a boob job. And about 2 weeks later, I was due to go back for another appointment, and I found a lump in my right breast. And I'm not going to drag this bit of the story out. Got a biopsy, had to wait for the results, and basically found out that it was benign lump, which basically means that it was nothing to worry about. I'm actually going to put up what my lump was here. I can never pronounce it, so I'm just going to stick it up in the screen. So anyway, because of that, I put the surgery off. I decided this is not something I'm interested in. Fast forward from about 19 to 23, I ended up getting signed by a pretty big model agency. And at the time, I had my hair dyed dark. I had these blue green eyes. I kind of like had a little bit like of a Megan Fox look going on, which was really, really in. So I had a lot of brands interested me to shoot their lingerie and swimwear. I'm just going to tell you about one in particular because this one was for Next. We're going to be shooting it in the Maldives. It was about 15 grand. The client was like, I mean, super keen on me. Like basically my agent was like, you basically have this job. Go into their offices down in London and I try on some of the stuff that I'm going to be modeling in the shoot. And the first few things are all things with padding. So they push up my boobs, they make them look amazing. Like the client, there's like 3 women in the room. They're all like, oh my goodness, you look incredible, so excited to book you on this shoot. Everything I put on, they were like, oh my god, like how good does that look on her? Last thing I had to model was a lace bra with no underwire. My girls from the itty bitty titty committee will know that those are not our best friends. And whenever I try it on, it was kind of a little bit like crickets in the room. They were like, oh, that looks amazing on you. And I'm like, yeah. A few days later, my agency accidentally CCs me into the email with the brand. Like, honestly guys, like, I just instantly put so much hate and all this blame towards my breasts. A few days later, I go into my agency, sat down and they had a chat with me, basically like, you know, have you ever thought about getting breast augmentation? You know, basically telling me like, if you get bigger boobs, you'll be able to book all these bigger campaigns. Without that, we can still work you, of course we will, you just won't really be able to do this area of work. So I leave the agency and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a boob job. Go for another consultation, and guys, this is mental. 2 weeks later, I found a lump now in my left breast. My body was trying to tell me something. We do not realize how much our minds have such an impact on our bodies. The past year I've been working with my therapist, and she said to me, isn't it so interesting that the two things that we talk about a lot in here, how that's actually linked to these areas of your body that you've actually had a lot of trauma with. Like with my tonsils, I lost my voice for about a month. Like I couldn't speak. That is like a massive issue with me, and why I go to therapy is that like I suppress so much of what I actually want to say. And then this happened with my tonsils, and then after that I was like now I'm like, if I want to say something, I'm just saying it. I'm not silencing my voice anymore. Another big thing was we talk so much about the fact that I'm constantly abandoning myself. My eyes are always on other people. I'm really hard on myself. Like I just don't nurture myself whatsoever. And then like your breast is really linked to like nurturing. We do not realize how much impact our heads and what we're thinking and what we're going through, how much impact it has on our physical being, on our physical body. There is help out there. Talk to someone. It has transformed my life more than anything else. So many people think that they only go to therapy if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, and that is not the case at all. Like therapy is for everyone going through everyday situations. It just really gives you the tools to approach your life so much differently and in such a beneficial way. And that is why BetterHelp is so amazing, because it makes therapy so accessible. It's not always easy finding a therapist, and that's why this segment of the video is in paid partnership with BetterHelp. With BetterHelp, you go online, you can do it from in the comfort of your own home. You go on their website, you fill out a few simple questions about yourself, and they match you with a therapist. Therapy can be a little bit like dating. Might not always gel with someone. You might gel better with someone else, and that is so common whenever it comes to therapy. You need to find the therapist that's the right fit for you. And with BetterHelp, they make it so easy to change your therapist at any time. So it's super easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. I will have a link in my description. It's betterhelp.com/alananoellee. Clicking that link not only supports this channel, but it also gives you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. So honestly, if you're struggling, go check out BetterHelp and connect with a therapist and see if it can help you. You do not need to be struggling alone. So I obviously find this other lump in my left breast. Like my body is trying to tell me something here. It does not want me to go through with having breast implants, because now in the 2 occasions that I've seriously considered it and gone to get consultation, I found lumps in both of my breasts. And I really wish this is where the story ended, but it is not, because I was only about 23, 24 then, and at about the age of 27, I went traveling around the world. But before I went traveling, I noticed that the lump in my left breast got significantly bigger. They realized that it had grown 4 times in size. But because I was going away traveling literally a week later, they were like, you know, we don't have enough time to remove this. Over those like 2.5, 3 years of us traveling, it tripled in size. Got to the point where it pretty much took up the whole circumference of my breast. I met with a breast surgeon, and he said to me to get this lump removed. We're not able to decide exactly what it is. Even though I knew I was gonna have to get this removed, it wasn't until he told me that I need to get this removed that I was just I was a mess. So much so that he wouldn't actually sign my consent for the surgery, because he said that I wasn't in a mental capacity in that moment to sign the consent. And so I explained to my therapist that I was just so upset because I spent so long hating on this area of my body that I now realized was so beautiful, and now I felt like now they are gonna look bad. Like that's what I was thinking in my head. The surgeon told me because the lump was so big that there was such a high chance that whenever he removed the lump, my breast was basically gonna like indent. It was gonna like flatten in and basically look like pretty deformed, and obviously I was gonna have like quite big scars. This is what my therapist had me do, and it honestly changed my life, and I'm gonna explain it to you now, and maybe you could actually do it to yourself as we're going along. Okay, imagine that your daughter has just walked into the room and she has said all this to you. She said, Mum, I'm having this surgery because I have these lumps in my breast and I'm so scared. I just feel like my my boobs are gonna look so ugly after it. They're gonna, like, I'm gonna hate them. Like, I'm gonna feel like it's an area of my body that deserves to be so unloved. They're gonna look disgusting. I'm gonna be embarrassed about them. Imagine she said all these things to you. What would you say? The tears were just streaming down my face. I was like, if my daughter came in and said that to me, like, that would break my heart. That she would think that any part of her body wasn't beautiful. Just honestly, like, flipped the switch on how I was thinking about just everything about myself. I was like, I'm placing so much hatred towards myself, and look what's happened. So I go for the surgery and I give nothing but love towards this area of my body. Like, I was hyping it up. I was like, guys, you've got this. You're strong, you're capable, you're amazing, you're gonna get through this. Out the other side, no matter how you look, I am gonna love you guys so, so, so much. And guys, I'm very, very pleased to report I had no disfigurement after the surgery. All of my tissue that the lump had pushed away has successfully recoiled. And in fact, they look even better than before. He didn't reconstruct anything. He literally just removed the lumps and that was it. I am so happy that I got these lumps in my boobs because they stopped me from getting a boob job. Now, they look fantastic. They've got scars, but I love them so much. And I've just sent nothing but love towards my breasts since that surgery. Call me crazy, guys. Call me crazy if you want, but like, I feel like that has been such a massive part of my healing journey. And again, there's a little bit of like a psychology science behind that. And you might not believe in that, and that is okay. I feel like surely sending nothing but hate towards certain parts of your body can't be good for your mind, that can't be good for your body, that can't be good for your soul, your confidence, just any area of your life. But sending nothing but love to these areas of our body, I just feel like that can just equal nothing but goodness all around. So guys, that is the story about my new boobs. I bet that is not what you were expecting. I bet whenever you looked at that title, you were expecting this. Fooled you. But yeah, these are my new boobs and I love them. And also just a really quick shout out to BetterHelp. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. I don't know who you are because I can't see the other end of the camera, but just know that you're loved and you're amazing just the way you are.